Good morning, my fellow technicians. Well, this has been a crazy 2020, to be honest with you. So, sorry I have not put out... Oh, this is Daniel with DNA, Pest Control Podcast. And I want to formally apologize for not putting something out a lot sooner. You can't really hear my voice. I'm a little sick, and I caught the COVID. So, yeah, it's been a pretty crazy ride through here with everything that's going on. And so today is Free Talk Friday, and guess what? I'm going to get this all off of my chest. You guys get to listen. And if you think your year's going crappy, just sit back, put a big old smile on your face, and listen in. Because I think I can beat you. You might be able to beat me, though. But, man, guys, this has been... everyone talks crap about 2020. 2020 was really good for me. One of the best years, probably. Despite all the closing down and everything and the roller coaster of emotions, not knowing what's going on, industry changing, clients changing, people moving, people too scared to get service. Still an amazing year for us. We grew. It was just absolutely great. This year has been very, very interesting, guys. So, to start off, we take in a truck just to get a transmission fluid flush. That's it. Just routine maintenance. Make sure that, our technicians are good to go. Their trucks are good. That's your babies. That truck does everything for you. Your equipment does everything for you. So you have to really take care of it. And we like taking care of our stuff. So we wash our trucks, every single week without a fault. We make sure there's no trash in there. We go through and clean them. We do our part to make sure these things are good and in good condition. So we take in a truck to a mechanic here. He's been doing a little bit of work for us. We just started with him, and he hasn't been doing too bad. Actually, I thought he was doing really, really well. Well, we get the truck back, and this was right when I was about to go to Cancun. And excuse me if I keep doing that. Getting over COVID. I'm over it. It's already been past 14 days, guys. But there's still some lingering effects if you guys have had it, which I'll get into in a little bit. But so we get the truck back. I don't think anything of it, but it was acting a little funny. But I had to go the next day, and he didn't call me to come pick up the truck until 6:30 at night, 7 o'clock at night. So I went and picked it up. Didn't start right from the get-go, which I instantly think, okay, this is kind of weird. He just did some fluid. That's it. You didn't really do much of anything else. So why is the battery, what's going on? Well, the battery wasn't connected up all the way, which kind of made me think what was going on, because why are you disconnecting the battery for a transmission flush? So, you get the truck back, sits over the weekend and a couple days, and then one of my guys comes and picks it up. And when he comes and grabs it, he takes it home, and on the way home, it stalls. Okay, this is an automatic truck. So it's not a manual truck. So it stalls and shuts off. So he's got to turn it back on and really kind of struggle to get home. So now we got to tow it back to the mechanic. So we tow it back to the mechanic. First day he gets it back in the morning. We don't know what's going on. I was like, okay, whatever. Second day he has it. Call him up. Hey, what's going on? We have no idea. We don't know what's going on. It's really weird. Okay. When will we have an answer? Tomorrow. Call us tomorrow. So I call him. We call him the next day. I'm actually not making the phone calls. My secretary is. She calls him up, and I'm overhearing it. I'm already pissed, so I don't even want to talk to the guy. But so I'm overhearing it, and the guy says, we still don't know, but by the end of the day. And instantly I say, hey, call Ford. We're taking it. Our trucks are Fords. And so we take it straight to Ford, and they have it. Now, to make kind of this story short, they've had it for now 2 weeks. They've had my truck for 2 weeks sitting there. 1 week not even knowing what's going on with it. A whole week. They have some ideas of what's going on with it, but I have no idea. Finally, they got everything in. They're supposed to actually start working on it on Wednesday of last week. So we'll see if we ever get that thing back. But anyway, so start off the year. Truck fail. Doesn't start. The first mechanic gets it. They get it to a point where it gets so bad it doesn't even start. It was at least starting with us. Once the first time we got it back from the first mechanic. Once we got it back again from the first mechanic, it wouldn't even start. And then we take it to Ford, and then it's a whole show over there. So that was the first thing that happened this year. And we're only in January. I mean, I'm hoping I'm getting all this crap out in the beginning because I don't know how much more I can take. So while we're doing that, luckily I have another truck as a backup, but it's not built as a tech truck. It was kind of outfitted kind of weirdly as a truck, but it wasn't an actual tank ready to go. Let's go do as many appointments as we can type of truck. So I have to get that truck ready. And unfortunately, I had a guy that was supposed to be helping me, but not dogging on this generation because I'm technically part of this generation. But man, guys, I mean, be good workers, be hard workers. It's crazy how many people want everything handed to them, but that's just not how it works today. It doesn't work in this day and age. I know that's how the schools treat everybody, but man, we don't get handed anything anymore. I know everybody wants the government to give you checks and free money and hand that out. That doesn't work like that. Someone has to pay that money. So you have to work hard. Someone's getting hit for it. And eventually it's going to be you because eventually you're going to have to work and figure it out. But anyway, so we get the truck all outfitted, all good to go. And this was right when my father-in-law got here. And he had a bit of a sore throat and a little bit of a cough. And I didn't know this when he first arrived because I was working and he didn't help me build this truck until a little bit later. But my wife called me and said, hey, he has a sore throat. What should he take? And so I'm telling him what to take. And then it hits me and I'm like, crap. My daughter is all up in his face. And then she's all up in my face. And she's all up in everybody's face. So now she's getting everybody sick. And boom, a couple days later, I start feeling sick. And I take some medicine. I feel good. About 24 hours later, everything kind of went away. And then it comes right back. I'm like, come on. And this is right when we're about to have a meeting. So, and this is when it starts to hit me hard. I start to have body aches, things like that. And I didn't think of it anything at first, if it was COVID or anything like that. But I just started getting these body aches. I just thought it was just a flu. That's it. Whatever. I kind of pushed through that end of the week. And come Saturday, I'm done. I can't even move. I don't even want to move. I don't even want to think. I don't want to look at anything. I mean, it hit me. I'm humbled by COVID now. So, am I scared of it? No, I never was scared. I never thought I was going to die. So, if you've never had it, guys, it's the flu. Actually, I mean, it did suck, but I could still move. I could still do things. It just was a 8-9 day fever and body ache for me. So it lasted a really long time, but it wasn't super crazy, severe, horrible. But it did suck. I won't play it down, but I'm not going to make it bigger than what it is, because it definitely, I've been sick worse, but that sickness has only lasted 2 days and then it went away. This was not as bad, but it lasted 8-9 days and it sucked during that time. But yeah, so I had body aches, I had a fever. My fever was at 102.8, probably for 3-4 days straight. And then it went away with body aches. Okay. And I mean, when you have body aches, I'm talking full on body aches. I mean, you're getting aches in your knees. I mean, you feel like an old man. That's how I felt, or I'm assuming that's how it felt. I mean, I would get aches in mid thigh, just right in the muscle. It's just the weirdest thing. And then my back afterwards, and I don't know if it was from the coughing, but my back ached. That was probably right at the end, right when I was getting over it. That was probably the worst part of the whole thing, because my back hurt so bad I couldn't even move. I mean, it felt like I literally hurt it. And I thought it was because I was laying down so much. But once I took some ibuprofen, that took it away. So nonstop fever, nonstop body aches, a little bit of a cough. I'm not too bad. I think my wife got the cough a lot worse than me. And then no stuffy nose and stuff afterwards, but during the whole process, I didn't have any problems with, sinus issues or anything like that. But man, it knocks you out. And literally, I mean, you don't want to do anything. And then it plays with you too, so it gets a little bit better. It's like, hey, here you go. We're going to make you feel good one day. And that day I got up early. I was like, man, I'm going to go to work today. I have a ton of appointments. They're just restaurants. They're new restaurants. No one's really going to be there. So I was like, I'll be fine. Nope. Within about 30, 45 minutes before I had to go, I was like, no. I'm not even going to try this day. This is going to suck. And good thing I didn't, because I slept that whole day. And then the next day, boom, 102.5 fever. Like clockwork. Next day felt like crap. And that went for another 2 days that I just had a high fever. And then fever went away. And then everything started getting better. So I haven't had a fever now for about when you guys hear the episode, it's going to be about a week or more than a week. But from when recording this episode, it's been about 3-4 days. So guys, if your 2021 is going better than me, send me an email. Let me hear your good stories, because I need it. I need some motivation for this year. But also, if you guys get COVID or you guys get sick, stay home, stay away from people. I didn't come into work for 2 weeks, I think. All the days have kind of meshed together, so I don't even remember. But I haven't come in, and if I did come in, I kept my distance. I had my mask on. I made sure I stayed away from everybody and tried not to even talk to them. So do your part if you are sick, especially with this. Not because I'm worried someone's going to die. It's more because that person now can't work for a solid 2 weeks. And some people do love their job as much as I do. And that is a killer, man. I mean, it sucks when you can't be out there doing your thing. And then it takes a minute for you just to get back into it. I'm not even back into all my routines yet. I'm still tired, exhausted at night. My body's just drained. So, I mean, it definitely do your part to stay away and stay healthy. Even for your customers, it's not fair to them if you're sick and you're out there working. Keep them as healthy as possible. We don't know what they have going on in their life, what jobs they have, if they even get paid, if they get sick, so we got to just do our part. But sorry for this gloomy Free Talk Friday. But if anyone needs to know what worked for me if you do get COVID is the blue Mucinex. I'm no doctor, so if you take this and you die, it is not my fault whatsoever. You take this at your own risk and take all of the things I did at your own risk. This is not my fault if you die because of this. But I actually took Mucinex, which is really weird. I don't know why it worked, but that was the only medicine that actually dimmed down the symptoms over this little COVID hump that I had. It actually made the symptoms go away. I was able to work one day, not thinking I didn't know it was COVID. I kept my distance. I had my mask on. I kept everybody away from me, but I did come in one day and I took that medicine and it actually took my fever down, which they say there's nothing that will take your fever down. And that's actually true. I found out kind of the hard way and experimenting with lots of drugs. So Mucinex actually worked, took away the body aches, and it helped me feel way better than normal. And it brought my appetite back, which is good because I had a loss of appetite. I don't know if it's the fever, because if you have 102, 103 fever, you don't even feel like eating. I didn't even want to eat. I forced myself to drink. My taste and smell did go away a little bit, but not too much. It came back really quick. Like, I'm fine now. So, but everyone, it hits them a little bit different, which now I understand a little bit more of why it's so difficult to kind of get a good idea of what's going on with the COVID, why it does what it does. And, now I get why doctors are so confused, because everyone reacts so differently. Like, my daughter didn't even have any symptoms. She was fine. My wife, who's pregnant, got a cough and that's it. And my father-in-law had a cough and that's it. So, we all got it, but very few of us actually even reacted to it in a way to where it affected us, affected them. I mean, it knocked me straight out, and they're still up going saying, "Oh, what? You're okay. You're fine." I'm like, I'm not fine. I'm the exact opposite of fine. I'm about to die here. But so Mucinex, the blue Mucinex helped me. It's the 48 layer or whatever. That really worked. Whatever they put in that thing, man, it worked wonders with me. And then I read online that you can take ibuprofen with it. So I did, to help with the fever and the headaches, because you do get a ton of headaches with COVID. At least I did. And it actually, the first couple of days worked like a charm and then stopped working. So then I kind of got frisky with it, and then I tried Tylenol, which Tylenol actually started working for only about 2 days and then stopped working. And so then I was flip-flopping through everything I had in my medicine cabinet. So I was doing Tylenol, Motrin, ibuprofen, which Motrin and ibuprofen are the same thing. But I just thought, you know what, I'm going to try it anyway. I'm just going to switch it up. And so I was switching it up. And it seems like your body, it does work for a little bit, but then it instantly just stops. It doesn't work anymore. But I also found out from being sick, I did a little research on fevers and things like that. And I found out they actually don't want you to take a fever reducing medicine now when you're sick, because when you have a fever, that's your immune system. And I didn't know any of this information. So this is all new to me. I was just going off of the old school, what my parents kind of said type of thing. And I learned if your body knows that it can't go over 103 degrees, it will bring your body temperature up to 103, but it won't bring it past 103. So your brain understands this. Your brain knows. And so what your brain does is your immune system produces more white blood cells. That's what's raising your temperature. And I'm assuming it's the process or the creation of all the white blood cells is raising that temperature up. Also, it's fighting back that infection. So your body temperature rises, your immune system's working overtime, and that's why you have a fever. And they say it's bad to actually take the medicine to reduce your fever. So it's a good thing to have a fever going. It's a good thing that your body's doing those. And your body won't allow yourself to go over the 103 mark. It's going to hold it, which I actually tried one day. I didn't take any medicine because I wanted to see if it was actually true. And I kid you not, I was at 102.8 for a solid majority of the day. And then my fever went away. And I didn't take any medicine. It just went away by itself. And then when I'd wake up in the morning, I'd have a high fever. And then throughout the day, it'd slowly go down to 100, 99, and then just stick around that 99, 100 area. But it was pretty crazy to kind of learn those things. But if you can't handle the fever, if you're not into experimenting, I'm probably crazy for doing that. But I did it, and it was kind of cool to see how your body works. But Mucinex, ibuprofen, Tylenol, Advil. I was reading online, actually switching between those three are the best because they're three different chemicals, three different drugs. So if you switch up between Tylenol, Advil, and ibuprofen, you should be able to keep that fever down and feeling a lot better throughout the whole process. But don't feel bad if you're going through it. And if you need someone to talk to, or you want to ask questions, send me an email, guys. I will respond at dnapestpodcast@gmail.com. If you send it over there, or you can even send a direct message, a DM, and Instagram, and I'll respond. And so if you guys have any questions about this COVID, or, just because I was asking my buddies and it helped out a lot under, kind of knowing the time frame of when they got sick to when they got better, to when their fever went away, from their symptoms to my symptoms. Oh, excuse me. It just helps out a little bit, getting a good feel of what's happening, and more comforting when you're like, okay, I got out of this faster than he did, so I'm good. I'm doing better than they are. Not like it's a competition, but it makes you feel a little bit better when you see that hill, you see, oh, I'm about to get over this. Cause I've had a few people in my family who've already had it, a couple of buddies who've already had it. And so it was really nice to talk to them and find out, okay, what's going on? How did it affect you guys? What did you guys take? What did you guys do? One big thing I did some research on, because I was told that it works really well, is zinc and vitamin C. Unfortunately, the research I did is vitamin C actually does not make your sickness go away faster. If you take a massive dose of it in the beginning, they say it can reduce the time that you are sick, but you have to take it right at the beginning. Taking it throughout actually does not reduce anything, because vitamin C is a preventative. It's a preventative measure. It's not an actual, you are sick, so take this and it's going to help. So heads up on that. Also with zinc, I'll be honest, I took a few times. I took zinc. I also read that does not work. So if you guys are popping zinc pills all the time, be careful, because they did say that there are some adverse effects. So like if you're using a zinc spray in your nose, you could lose your smell forever. It's permanent. So just be aware of what you're putting in. At least I know with ibuprofen, my stomach's going to bleed and I'll be fine. No, I'm just joking. I mean, I did take ibuprofen, but I did not take that much. I actually tried not to take as many drugs as possible, and just let it ride out, because I do not want to mess my body up. But so those were two things that everybody kept telling me, and then I did my research, and I was like, yeah, I'm not even going to do it. It's not worth it. If everyone's saying the exact opposite, all the doctors, everybody else, I don't think everybody knows what they're talking about. So, but guys, I hope you enjoyed these terrible stories, and hopefully that gives you some motivation, because if you're feeling good and you've been feeling good, man, I envy you right now, because I miss that. And I hope you guys had an awesome couple of weeks without me talking to you in your ear. I hope you've been having fun out there. But also, we love to have guests. We'd love to have more people on. Please send us an email. Please send us a DM on Instagram. We do not use any other platforms for communication. So Twitter and all that, we've kind of stopped. So if you're messaging us through Twitter, you probably are not going to get a response back. So go to Instagram. Send us an email at DNA Pest Control Podcast. Okay, guys, thank you so much, and I hope you guys have an awesome weekend.